Hey there, James Michael Sama from sexyconfidence.com, where we help the 21st century woman create a love life that she absolutely loves. And in this video this week, we're going to talk about 5 ways that you are preventing yourself from finding love. So stay tuned. I have had countless conversations on the topics of dating and relationships with people who are in all phases of life. Men and women, boys, girls, single, married, divorced, and everything in between. And when you really stop to listen and pay attention, there are a lot of lessons to be taken away from these interactions. Some of these include varying degrees of what could be considered self-sabotage. Of course, many of us have been jaded along the way, taken advantage of, taken for granted, or just unappreciated. This can permeate a new relationship as we have a hard time letting go of the damage from the old one. Now, it's important that we stay positive and true to ourselves in order to find a happy relationship. So here are 5 common mindsets that could be keeping you from finding the happiness that you deserve. First, you're expecting to find the perfect relationship. While needless to say, the perfect relationship doesn't actually exist, I think that a lot of people are becoming less and less likely to be willing to put in the required work and effort into building a healthy relationship. They're walking away at the first sign of difficulty, and it's preventing us from having deep, meaningful relationships from actually developing. No matter how easy and carefree myself or anyone else might make it sound like a relationship is, there are always going to be challenges that you face. But that's what makes you and your partner stronger together. It's what bonds you together as you overcome these obstacles as a team. It's what it means to be truly committed to the person that you love. Next, you have not yet recognized your own self-worth. Relationships are not only about finding the right person to be with, they're also about being the right person to be with. And for many of us, we don't just wake up one day and instantly become that person. We need to put in the time and the effort to develop ourselves accordingly. And the bottom line is that we accept the love that we think we deserve. And you get to decide what you deserve. Someone's inability to see your value does not make you any less valuable. That's why it's called self-worth, because it's up to you, not to them. And if you don't feel like you truly deserve to be happy, you're gonna always find yourself sabotaging the situations which can bring the happiness to you. Stop being the victim and start being the victor. Next, you're actually scared of finding happiness. I remember a long time ago, people used to talk to me about the concept of being scared of becoming successful. And I never really understood what they meant. How could you be scared of success? How could you be scared of happiness? Both success and happiness require risk. They require a lot more risk than just mediocrity and just settling. Taking the safe path through the woods, living a beige life. And it can be scary. It can be scary to think of falling for someone who doesn't fall for you in return. It can be scary to imagine giving too much to someone, maybe again, without them giving it back in return. But without risk, there is no reward. Because fortune favors the bold, and not just in life, but also in love. Next up is that you never think the timing is right. I know life gets crazy, we all get busy, and it can be difficult to imagine shifting around our schedule in order to accommodate a whole other person and build a relationship with them. Maybe the timing isn't right now, but you will be able to focus more after you reach your next goal, or after you make this deadline, or after your new assistant gets hired. There's always going to be something, and whatever it may be, this is just an excuse that seems to keep us from doing what it is that we really want to do. Someday is not a day of the week, and it never actually shows up on the calendar. There's no perfect moment, but what there is the ability to take the moment and make it perfect. There's going to be no wrong timing when you find the right person, but you need to open up to them coming into your life. Next, you are jaded. This is maybe the most common reason I hear from people about why they don't want to date anymore. They've been burned in the past and they feel unappreciated, which I mentioned earlier. They don't think there are any good people left in the world. No good men and no good women. All men are jerks and all women are crazy. After 1 or 2 or 20 disappointments, it's natural to become worn down and discouraged. But keeping your hope alive is the only missing piece to finding the person that you're meant to be with. Now, there's no predicting when or where you're going to meet that person that you're going to fall in love with. You might be watching this video on your phone and bump into them in the street. You might be behind them in the coffee shop. You might meet them at a party. But if you're too jaded to give them a chance when they do come along, then you risk letting them get away forever. Now, while it may be a risk to put yourself out there and chase after happiness, it is far less of a risk than spending the rest of your life wishing that you had. So after hearing these mindsets that are keeping you away from happiness, let me know in the comments below. What steps are you going to take to create your own happiness? Because it begins from within. And don't forget, click right here to subscribe to my email list where you're going to get videos like this one in your inbox every single week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.